Hello and welcome back to Factorio Fixit. My name's Negative Root and let's get cracking. Today we're going to be playing the fourth and final factory of mine. It's one of my old factories. This one is from the 20th of July. So this is about 2 weeks after save number 3. The one I featured in Factorio Fixit, number 102. Gee, this is episode 103. In terms of how this series has gone, I couldn't be happier. I was really thinking that it would last for a couple of months. I'd get half a dozen to a dozen factories, and that would kind of be all that I got. This has turned out to be not true. People have kept sending me their factories, and yeah, I've really enjoyed playing them. Now, this one here is a 15-hour factory, or 14-hour factory. And you can see that I've got the central bus concept going again, but you can see that we're quite sparse on the belt, and this is something that actually was a really big turning point for me in my thinking and how I build my factories. You can see I've got pretty much everything covered. I've got automated robot frames going along nicely. I've got solid fuel being put onto the boilers. Something I'd like to point out is I've got no solar panels, and this is something that is really funny because in my Let's Play I actually had a huge power failure. It's around episode 20 in that first Let's Play, and it's all because I didn't move to solar quick enough. And in all of my time, you'll notice that I've got biters. We've got biters for the first time, but they're very sparse. So that Let's Play was kind of the first time that I'd seriously took on the natives, and it didn't end well because yeah, not having the solar power to really back up my power supply. It all crashed into a giant hole, and I started losing parts of my factory. Quite funny, really. You can see that I've got a decent smelting area. You know, things are going along, you know, smoothish. As a more experienced player now, I can see it's got serious issues. You see, I've got some accumulators down. I've got a pretty funky build in here happening. There's lots of splitters and curves and shit going on. So I'll come back and work through that. We'll come over here and. We've got Blue Science up and running. This is the second save in a row, and for the first time ever I've got Alien Science down, which was a rarity. Because I've added in aliens, I can actually finish the game in this. The previous factory I couldn't because I didn't have the Alien Science. Now you notice here that I've got a bit of a curious setup. This is something that I learnt at some stage, where if you air gap these with an accumulator, you'll never have a situation where your radars are actually killing your power grid. So you can see here that this is separate to this bad boy. If these go down, okay, if these go down, no more power. How cool is that? So that's something that I learnt in there somewhere. Reading the forums, listening to smart people. And see that as soon as they're added back in, off we go. So there we go. We've got our science. You know, lots of room for science to happen, but green science is a bit of an issue. So let's go over here and have a look at green science and see what the problem is. So green science is built in this little bad boy here. You can see I've got it curving around and doing funky stuff. Now, the big thing is that it really took me a long time to figure out belt routing and how to think outside the square. You can see how I'm running it up and through and around, and I've got this curving back over itself to get it on the right side of the belt. This was a pain in the butt. But if I was to just do this, okay, doesn't freaking matter. 1 iota what side of the belt it's put on, it'll go on the right side. So it's taken a long time for me to get to this stage. You can see here how I'm weaving it through, I'm doing stuff, I'm going under and over, and the amount of brain pain here in this factory is amazing, and I loved every second of it, don't get me wrong. But in my old age, I'm learning that oh, I picked that bot up. That was a good shot. Where'd he go? There he is. Off you go, fly my pretty. So yeah, so that's all sorted. Green Science is going to do its thing. Now, we'll notice that the inserters are really, really, really light on. And we'll notice that here, there's just not enough iron plate. And if it's not enough iron plate, it's not enough copper cable. You can see that we're really, really eating everything. We're heavily, heavily, heavily using all of the resources. And we're just not getting enough. That's the long and the short of it is we can't get enough on the belts, and that will remain true while ever we're combining the belt. While ever you're acquiring half a belt to carry enough to support a factory, it's just not going to happen. This I was very proud of though. I do remember doing that. I was like, yeah, look at that, that's freaking awesome. I can split it and I can combine it and I can go under, and it's like, awesome. Steel. Power poles, train lines, all that wonderful stuff being done, walls, yeah, good fun. All of it automated. This here was the turning point, because I got stuck, right? I kept coming back and being like, Green Science sucks, man. How can I better Green Science? I know I'd make tweaks, and it all kept coming back to the fact that I just wasn't getting enough through here. You can see how it's just eating everything. There is nothing on the belt here. Occasionally some stuff trickles through, but then it's gone again, it gets eaten. And it's never like we have enough. It's always a matter of, oh shit, we're waiting for this, it's not enough, it's just not coming through. Now this here was a complicated little thing where I was trying to combine them together and put them through the same point, so that the kind of the build speeds was leveled out, so that I didn't have one building faster than the other, or have one of these tracks either heading to here or to here. You can see that it comes under and around and goes to the fast inserters, or it goes under and down and over to the smart inserters. I did that so that both of them had equal priority to these two green circuit makers, and it was probably a iffy decision, to say the least, because you can see that it's just causing grief. The next problem is that I'm running everything through this little box here, and it's supposed to be sharing the green circuits, but it never works. It never worked because I could never get enough into the factory. You can see here the next problem is that I've got one assembler factory that's barely getting the resources that it needs, barely, and it's being split in half. I've got half coming down here to a fast inserter factory that has so much belt storage that if I ever do fill it up, it's going to take a very, very long time. So it was all of these problems combined, and I was like, dude, I just need to do this properly. I just need to make a central bus that is beastly. It has like so much carrying capacity, it's not funny. I need to get things on their own line, and more importantly, I need to work out a way to sneak the main bus past these heavy producers, or heavy consumers should I say, so that things down the line still get resources. And that was very, very key for me. You'll notice that in lots of my factories I will use a splitter in this kind of way. Let me just build another one. Oops, I've already got one. So say this is the main bus and here's a heavy user. What I'll do is I'll just split it past the damn split it past the thing, so that yeah, it uses what it needs to, but 50% is always going to go past it. And in this way I can control how much stuff one given factory will use. So this factory was really a big tipping point for that, and it really started to guide me along the line of how to change my designs, and start to react to some of the things that I was learning, some of those higher level things that I was starting to pick up and starting to realise that, shit, what I was doing just wasn't good enough. I see a problem. You can see here that I'm putting batteries into the logistics system, and I'm not making batteries fast enough. I think that's a function of not having enough battery assemblers. But you can see that this is requiring that as well, and down here we've got green circuits just being boxed up, and they're shooting past this red circuit assembler. You know, so perhaps we can get green circuits reinserted up here as an idea to try and level out that, shall we say, imbalance between all of the different assemblers that are requiring these green circuits in large numbers. We'll just get 100 of them. There we go. We'll see what it does then, because that should be, you know, fun. What have we got? Whoa, we have nowhere near enough bots. So the question is, aha, so this is making construction bots at the moment. What we want it to do is make logistics bots. Here we go. Job done. So if we come up here now, hopefully we'll see things being made at a faster rate. Aha. You can see now that we're not keeping up here. There we go. Oh, let there be speed. Now this is a cool little thing that is called the Roomba knot, and as you could guess, it's a Roomba that first did it, and I was doing that to just flip these over to the other side of the belt so that the rest of the green science makers could do its thing and still just put the yellow belt on this side. It was me trying to be smart, but the theme for this factory is anytime I tried to be smart, it backfired on me. Because I just didn't understand enough. I didn't know enough about the game. I didn't get how my brilliant ideas were going to react. And as a general rule, they backfired. And it was amusing. Or it is now. I can look back and laugh and go, you idiot. This would never work, ever. Why would I think it would work? And I know that now, but back then it was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm making factories and shit, get out of my way. Anyway, so there's a iron crisis coming up and a copper crisis as well, so that's all good and fun for the future me. I'm not going to be playing this factory because screw that for a joke. I've also probably got a power crisis coming up as well, just to boot. So I would have to go out and start securing some of these resource patches. But yeah, I think we've probably covered it for this factory. There's lots of crazy shit going on. Like for example this. Why on earth would I do that? I wonder. What am I breaking by changing that? Okay. Sometimes I wonder about me. Go. Oops. Job done. So now, if I was smart, what I'd do is actually block off the coal, not the copper, the coal, from coming down here, because this is the fuel line to my boilers. So what I could do is just do that. Hey, that's for plastic. Now by blocking that off, I'm forcing everything to run on solid fuel, which is an infinite resource, and would be a good idea. You can see here that I'm running everything past though, so that's an interesting ploy. Again, we've got 12. Why do I have 12? I need 10. 10. I think this was back when I thought it was 14 to 12. as a ratio. Anyway, so that's all fine. See here, I've actually got a rebalancer. Oh, there we go. That's got to be one of the first that I ever came up with and never did. Pretty cool, really. So that's all that. Yep, so we've flicked over to solid fuel. It'd be an idea, if we haven't already done it, which we have, to do advanced oil processing, because then we can just run everything off the petroleum gas, including solid fuel production. So what I'll do, right, is I'll just change something here. So right, I want you to run off, oops, there. Now I just need to plumb that up and in somehow. I reckon I can do that. Underneath. Bada bing, bada boom, job done. So that's going to make us plenty of solid fuel. It's hooked into our petroleum gas supply, which for better or for worse is it is unlimited. It would take a little bit of work to get it unlimited, but you know, I think with a bit of effort, it's much preferable to coal, because you do need coal for your circuits. Oh my god, it's so dark. What am I doing? Yeah, it's preferable to using coal because coal's non-renewable, you know. And once you get to these circuits, you can say, all right, well, I just want all my coal to be used for plastics, and it does help doing it that way, because then you know you've got enough of them. You know that you're not going to run out. I need some more of that. Okay. Now this one here can go. I'll do another all-in-one. Haha. There we go. Just a bit of extra belt storage, because why not? You know, reasons. I wonder. Okay. Here is somewhere where I can improve the factory. I want this to work when there's less than 50 laser turrets in the logistics network. Okay, that way I can remove that thing and we'll have enough regardless of what's happening. So that's that. I might just do a bit of inventory maintenance and then we'll stop the video. I know I said I'd stop the video a little while ago, but then I found stuff to do and it was interested me. Get rid of that, get rid of that, we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that, all that, all that. Trains, go away. Pump jacks. Solar panels. Oh look, I do have some solar panels on hand, so I could build some. Train lines, no, nobody got time for that. Oops. See that I'm actually requesting them in. I must have been planning to use them. Old me's an ass. if I was seriously planning on using all of that. But alright. So that is going to conclude this little patch of my old factories. I hope that you've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed playing them. They've been educational, to say the least. Interesting to see how old me used to play. Yeah, what more can I say, really? Apart from I was a goose. I hate old me. No, it's not all bad. So if you have a factory you'd like me to play, send it through. I'd love to have a look at it. So I've got a little bit of a backlog to clear, but I'll be through that in no time flat, and I'll be looking for more factories. So send them through. I'd love to have a look. The email you need to send them to is rootnegative@gmail.com, and once it's there, I'll download the save and have a look at it. So thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.